All right. Okay, my dear students. So today we are going to discuss the 2025 O-level paper. That means the exam held on 2026 February. So I hope you all guys face this paper very confidently and you did well. Okay. So today I will give some explanation for this paper, and we'll discuss all 40 MCQs and structured and essays. So first I want to mention, so while I am recording this session, so there was no official marking was released. So this is my marking scheme. So I prepared according to my knowledge, and I go through your textbooks and got the point. So hope we can discuss all 40 MCQs with correct answers. Okay, right. So we'll move on to the first question. Right. So you can see, I think you can see my all questions in the board. This is a little bit different way. This is a little bit hybrid board. So you can see the questions here, and you can see what I am going to writing here, right? So first read the question carefully. All biomolecules, carbohydrate, protein, lipids, and nucleic acid containing, right? They ask about the element. Okay, so what are the elements containing in this carbohydrate, protein, lipids, nucleic acid? That are the basic principal things all O-level students must know, right? So let's go to the question, right? So first one is the carbohydrate. So I will write down here carbohydrate, right? So carbohydrate, what it's contain? Okay, it's contain mainly carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, right? Then we will go through proteins. So according to the order, so we discuss about the carbohydrate. Okay, now we are going for the proteins. Okay, proteins have, yes, important, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. But important thing, sometimes they have sulfur. Okay, so it is sometimes only, so not always. So we can always consider carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. Then they ask about the lipids. Okay, all right. So lipids, it also containing, yes, super. So what it contain? Carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. All right. Then we have nucleic acid. Yes, super. So nucleic acid, right? So it containing carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and yes, phosphorus. Okay, super. So I hope all you guys know these things. So if you don't know, or those who are waiting for the 2026 O-level examination, so these are the very important point for you guys as well. So you know, you should know, not the should, you must know carbohydrate, protein, lipid, and nucleic acid containing elements. Okay, right. So we'll see carbon. Yes, it's present all four. Carbon is present in all four. So carbon definitely present in the answer. So we'll see. And then hydrogen, yes, we can see hydrogen always present in all those four biomolecules. Then oxygen is present there. But the thing is, you can see only the nitrogen in the protein and the nucleic acid. So whichever the answers contain in nitrogen, so this answers out. Okay, so we can't take that answers. Then we have to go for the answer 2 as well. So it also giving the nitrogen, so we cannot take that. Then we need to go for the answer 4 by it also out, because phosphorus, it only present in the nucleic acid, so it also out now, so we cannot take that. So we will go for the answer 1. Remaining only the one answer is available there. So answer 1, so it containing carbon, hydrogen, oxygen only, right? Okay, so this is the very correct answer for the question number 1. So I hope you all guys mark this answer correctly, right? So we'll move on to the second question now, right? Okay. So let me erase these things. Okay, right. I will erase and we will move on to the next question. It's okay. And if you have any doubt, you can comment on the comment sections. I will reply all the comments definitely. Right. So we have another question. It's a good question, right? I hope you guys can see. So all organelles, okay, that can be seen when check the cells observed under the optical microscope. So I will draw here optical microscope. So this is the okay. So I'm not good in arts. Okay, right. My optical microscope will be very nasty, very bad one. Right. Okay. So however, you have a lenses area and you have a stage. So that stage we can connect our slides there. Then we should have a light source. Nowadays most of the light microscope or the optical microscope having the electronic lights there, but when we were students we use the sunlight as a light resources there, right? Okay, so this is a little bit okay. So imagine this is a light microscope. So in my point of view, right? Okay. So however, so when you are place some slide there, okay, super. So you are going to place some slide. So your slides containing some sort of cells. Now, what is the point? So the cells. So this is the large picture you can see here. So there's I taken only one cell. So whatever the cells, that can be the animal cells, so it can be the yes, it can be the plant cells as well, right? So whatever the cells present here, so the most biggest area taken by these cells, it is the nucleus. Okay, so the biggest area taken by these cells is nucleus. So when you're observing the slides under the light microscope, so nucleus is most prominent there, right? So when we see the nucleus, we can tell, okay, so nucleus we can see there, so we can tell there is a another so dividing cell or it's what stage that cells are there. So that information also we can tell there, but not in important at your level. So this is the nucleus and very small other organelles, so like mitochondria. So, okay, because we have so many mitochondria, so if one mitochondria getting big, so how large number of the mitochondria can accommodate there. So it is very small. So Golgi apparatus and this is ribosomes. Okay, especially ribosome very small and Golgi the apparatus. So those things are very smaller. So those things need what microscope? Electronic microscope. So electronic microscope, it is most of the time available in our Columbia University. I think they have one electronic microscope. Then we have, I think, one electronic microscope our international airport. So because any suspicious things they need to observe under the electronic microscope, and most of the light microscope we are using in our hospital setup. So you may heard the name, the doctors are specialized for the histology, we call them as a histopathologist. So they will see our cells, so they will take some slide of the tissues and they will look at about those cells under the light microscope most of the time. So they will see the nucleus of that cells, so what stage is they are, whether it is dividing, or and they will look at other area, the cells and other type of the cells. So those things they will recognize whether it is a cancers or not. So those point of view, so we can see the yes nucleus in the light microscopes. Okay, so under the light microscope, so my answer is nucleus we can observe under the light microscope. Light is always same meaning, optical microscope. Okay, right. We can move on to the next questions. I hope you guys understood that point. Okay, all right. So those who are watching with your papers, you have, I think, you have your paper with your 2025 students. So you may have your papers with you at the moment. So take your papers and mark by your own. Then before coming the results, you can realize, so what is your science marks? Okay, so right, okay. So we are not going to discuss essays and in the structures today. So in this video, we are going to discuss MCQs. Then you have to go for the next video for the structured and essay questions. Okay, right. So let's mark third answer for the second question. Right. We'll be move on to the next question. So read carefully the questions. Okay. So you have a questions here. So on a block of wood placed on a smooth horizontal table, so horizontal parallel force are applying there. So I will take this diagram first. So I need to zoom in. So then we will go for the, they ask the resultant force there. So I need this. Yes, I need this diagram. Okay, I hope you guys can see. So don't worry about my setup. This is a little bit hybrid setup. Okay, hybrid setup. Tuition, neither tuition or this is, I think, new setup. So I am using the digital screen at the same time I am using the whiteboard, traditional whiteboard. So I combine both together and create this. Okay. So however, so there is a block here. So they are applying the 24 Newton to this direction, and they are applying the 5 Newton and 7 Newton to other direction, right? So resultant force. So what is that resultant force? What you know about that resultant force? So basically, the resultant force is, the meaning of the resultant force is, it is a what force? Total force. Okay, total force. Now we can use the term. Okay, what is this? Resultant force. Okay, so resultant force, it means it is equal to total force. Okay, total force, right? So what is the total force? 24 Newton there, 5 Newton there, 7 Newton there, right? What is total? So before going to take the total, you have to understand one point. What is the point is 24 Newton, it has a one direction, and that 5 Newton and 7 Newton has opposite direction. So the meaning is the force not only having a magnitude, has a, yes, has a direction as well. So you have to consider the direction while taking the resultant force. Okay, now let me take the total. The simple meaning is the total. Okay, resultant force. Right. Now I will take 24 Newton. Okay, that is going to this direction. So I will apply the direction as well here. So we will take plus. Okay, now 5 Newton. But the problem is 5 Newton into this direction minus. So 5 Newton to opposite direction. Then plus 7 Newton. Okay, right, it also to opposite direction. But the problem is here, what is the problem? We have different, okay, so different values. So it's given different directions as well. So now I want to make them all into the same direction. What will happen if I take the opposite side? The value is remaining same, but the, yes, if it is positive, it will be turning to negative, or if it is negative, it will be turning to positive, right? Now all my values are positive values. So now I will keep this 24 Newton because it is the largest one. So I will keep that direction, okay, that value and that force and that direction. So I will make other two into the same direction. So what I need to do, right? So let me sit here, right? Okay, right. So what I can do, so I can take plus, but this 5 Newton, now it is minus 5 Newton. So I will take the direction as opposite direction to its original, right? So now I will take another plus 7. So I will take minus 7. Why? I want to change its direction to opposite. Now I will take the opposite direction here. So now it is opposite to this side. So 5 Newton, now plus minus, now 24 Newton. So 5 Newton is becoming now negative 5 to that direction. So this is going to be plus and minus is minus. So 7 Newton to this direction. So resultant force will be, so find 24 minus 5. So minus 7. So we need to calculate the value. So I will give some time. So calculate and give me the value to right side direction. Okay. So this is the right side. No. So this is opposite left side. So let me, I will give 2 minutes to calculate and tell me what is answers. So I hope you guys see the answers on the board, right? Okay. So answers are visible here. So, okay, right? So find out the correct answers and mark it on the paper. Okay, right? Check whether it is correct your original answer or not. Okay, so give me 2 minutes. I want to connect my laptop with power. Okay, if not, it will be turned off. Okay, right. Right. Okay. Superb. Right. Okay, I forgot to wear my specs as well. Neither. I'm usually wearing the specs. I forgot that. Okay. Right. Now we know the 24 minus 5. What is the value now? It will be given 19. So 19 minus 7. So it will be given 12. Right. So we need 12 Newton to what direction? Right side direction. So the answers is here. So we have 12 Newton to right side. So answer is answer 2. Okay. Right. Now we know the third question answer 2. Okay. Right. We'll move on to the next one. Okay. Let me erase and move the next question. Right. I hope this system will be easy for me because the questions are also visible there and I can write down anything in the whiteboard. So I hope you all guys like this way. But if you have any different suggestion, please comment on the comment section. Right. Okay. So the case of the pain. Right. Okay. So cause of the pain, not the case. I hope this is not a little bit focus. Right, now okay, now good focus, right? Okay, the cause of the pain when stung by the red ants. Okay, so I will now I want to draw the red ant. Okay, so I will draw a bad naughty red ant. Okay, right. So I have a I will take the my arm. Okay, my hand. Okay, usually you are mention it as a hand. So usually in our medical term, we are mention it as upper limb. Okay, right. Don't worry about that term. So I have a ant. Okay. So I will draw my ant. Very beautiful ant. Okay. Right. It has, okay, I don't know how many legs or limbs. Okay, right. Okay. So this ant, it's going to stung me. So it's going to hurt me. So how it's hurt? It's apply what type of the acid that's going to be formic acid. So it will be insert some formic acid there. So it's going to apply some formic acid here. So that formic acid will be causing the pain. Okay. So this is a formic acid. Right. So what happened? This formic acid is going to cause in the pain. Now what we need to relieve the pain. So what is the option available? So I can neutralize this acid. So neutralization of the acid means I need a base. So what happen if there is any acid plus base, what happen? They will form salt and water. Okay, so this is the our neutralization reaction. So these reactions we're going to name as a neutralization. Don't worry about my handwriting and my spelling. So neutralization, right? So now we have acid. So we have a formic acid now. So we have a formic acid. That's acid nature. So we need what? We need a base. So look at about the answers. If there is any base is available, that will be the pain relief. Neither. So it will be giving the relief of the pain, right? So we have, okay, so we have what we having, sorry, we have formic acid now. So formic acid now, we will look at about what are the things available here. Base. So salt water, is it base? No. Salt water is a salt. So it is formed by the acid base reaction. So it's a not the acid one, or it's not a base one. Basically, it will be given the neutral pH value, right? Okay. So water, it also neutral one. So lime water, yes, lime water, it has basic nature. So lime water is a very good base here. So we can take lime water as a correct answer for this question, right? So I don't know how many of you mark this answer when you are doing your paper. Okay, so the answer is the one correct, third answer. Fourth question, third answer, right? We'll move on to the next one, right? So if you have any suggestions, if you have any comments, you can put into the comment section. So this is very friendly way neither. So I hope most of you guys like my discussions. So previously also I put a paper discussion, so most of you guys watch it, and so many good feedbacks from that video. So I hope you will enjoy this video as well, right? Okay, so superb. We'll move on to the next one. So before moving to the next one, I want to show the question, right? Okay, so we have a question, right? Okay, right. Now this question is mainly based on our plant. Okay, so plant lesson. So I hope you all learn these lessons in your schools, okay, or in your classes. So we have here flowering plants, non-flowering. So before move on to the question, so I will take here some classification, right? So plants we can classify into two categories. Okay, so what are the two categories? Mainly based on whether they have seed, we will call them as a seeded plant. Okay, so seeded plants, that means they have seeds. So plants, whether they whatever the plants don't have the seed, so we will label them as a seedless plants. Okay, so what happened? The seeded plants. Okay, seeded plant mean they have the seeds. So they will again divided into two category, main two category. The one is flowering and non-flowering. So flowering, non-flowering. All right. So flowering mean they have flowers and they are forming always seeds. But some of them have non-flowers, but they produce the seeds. Okay, right. The thing is, flowering plants, we can divide it into two categories. Usually we call them as a dicot and monocot. Okay, dicot and monocot, right? So, usual term is there for the flowering plants, we will call them as a angiosperms. Why angiosperm? Okay, the usual name, not for all the flowering plants. Usually, commonly we are using the angiosperm. Why? Their seeds, usually in the dicot, monocot, you can see the feature, usually they are seeds. Okay, so I will take their seeds here, right? Okay, when you are consider the angiosperm, okay, or why we are label them as angiosperm, their seeds are usually covered by the fruit. Okay, usually these seeds are present inside the fruits, not the naked. Right. Okay, seeds are not inside. Usually these angiosperms, they are consist their seeds inside the, yes, inside the where? Fruits. So that's why we label them as a angiosperm, right? Okay. Now we have another type, non-flowering plants. So what is the non-flowering plants? Non-flowering plants, we have again two different types. Okay. So we will usually call them as a, one type is there, that is gymnosperm, but I don't know how you are pronounce that, gymnosperm. Then other one is, we can divided them into another group, we will call them as a cryptosperms. Okay, so cryptosperms also they are. Okay, cryptosperms. Okay, the thing is, gymnosperm mean they have naked. Okay, but not all the non-flowerings are naked. They have, some of them have cryptosperms type also there, but I don't know whether these terms are available in your textbooks. Okay, check your textbooks. Then gymnosperms mean there's a one type, the naked, the open seeds are there, right? So some flowering plants also have this nature. Okay, gymnosperms. Okay, so they have flowers, they will produce, but their fruits are separated, their seeds are naked. Sometimes, so flowering plants also can have gymnosperm, but the common names, commonly the most of the flowering plants are angiosperm. Okay, so non-flowering plants, so some of them are gymnosperms, some of them are cryptosperms are available. Right, now the answers, now check the answers. All the flowering plants are, non-flowering plants are gymnosperm. No, they have another type also, cryptosperm. So we cannot accept this answer one, so it's wrong. They are asking the true one, so they ask the true, so I cannot take first answer as a true. Flowering plants also called gymnosperm. No, flowering plants usually call them as an angiosperm, but some gymnosperms will be there. So this answer also out. So monocotyledonous and dicotyledonous. Okay, so monocotyledonous and dicotyledonous, so commonly referred as angiosperm. Okay, dicot, monocot, they are part of the flowering plant. So usually we are taking them as a angiosperm. So I can go for the answer 3. So there are two group of flowering plant. Are seeds are seedless. No, flowering plants we have two categories. One is the dicot and monocot. So basically the plant categorized into the seedless and seeded. So fourth one also out. So I hope most of you guys mark this correct answer as a answer 3. Okay, right. We'll move on to the next question. Okay. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can ask me, or you can comment in this comment section if you watch this video via the YouTube. Okay, right. And don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel and share with your friends, right? So because it will be very helpful, free platform to learning all-level English medium quality subjects. Okay, so quality, because not only telling the answer. So I watch some video, funny, interesting videos. They are telling, okay, Bhuta, question number 1, answer 2, question number 3, answer 4, question number 5, answer 5, like that. So no explanation, nothing. They only mention the answers. So they will label that classes as paper class, super paper class, super right? Okay. So these are the real quality paper classes. Okay, right. So okay. Now we'll move on to the next part. So this is the next question, question number 6. Okay, first read the question. Okay, read the question carefully. A cell, a tissue, and an organ in the blood circulatory system, right? You have to look at about what are the cells, right? So I will take one by one. So basically we have cells, okay? Mainly in the blood we have cells. So blood we can categorize into two categories. So this categorization is not needed there, but I will mention here. The blood we have two categories. One is cells and we have plasma. Okay, right. So cells we can divide it into two mainly. Okay, but the thing is, the cells we have RBCs, WBC, but platelet. But the thing is, platelet are not considered as a complete cells. They are fragments of the one type of cells. Okay, right. So RBCs are red blood cells. So WBCs we have another categorization, granulocyte and agranulocyte. So granulocytes we will have agranulocytes. We have two types. Granulocytes we have three types: neutrophil, eosinophil, and basophil. Agranulocyte we have lymphocytes and the but monocytes. Okay, right. So platelets not the typical cells, but it consider it's a fragment of the cells, right? We have another plasma, right? Okay. Then we will go for the answers. So what can be the cells, or whether it can be the red blood cells or white blood cells? So question number 6, answer 1, it given the neutrophil. Yes, it's a cell. Okay. So first we need a cell name. So order is first it should mention cell. But the third one, it's a blood capillary. Blood capillary is not a cell. So it's out. So we are not going to discuss about the blood. Third answer. So second answer, platelet. I just now I mentioned the platelets are not the complete cells. So it's a fragment of the big cells. So we will remove the second answer as well. Fourth answer we can accept. Eosinophils are part of cell. So okay, cells. It's a type of WBC or white blood cells. Okay, it's a cell, right? Now we can accept two answers according to the first cells is matching there. So we will check second one, a tissue. Okay, tissue mean collection of the cells. Collection of the cells together. So not only the single cell, so large number of cells collecting together and they will form a tissue, right? For one purpose, right? So blood is yes. In the first answer, blood, yes, it's a special type of connective tissue, right? Connective tissue, right? So blood we can directly consider as a connective tissue, right? So that part also correct in the second answer, first answer. So we will move on to the fourth answer, blood capillaries. Okay, capillaries are not only pure tissue, so it's made of by tissues. So mainly it having, okay, mainly having epithelial tissues. Okay, capillaries, so epithelial. Usually we have squamous epithelium, right? So we have different type of the epithelial tissues. So basically squamous epithelium will be there. So it has another type of cells as well, right? So blood capillary, mainly they have epithelial tissue. But the thing is can we accept this as a pure tissue? No. So my guessing is not the guessing. So my point of view, so blood capillaries is made of by epithelium, but it's not tissue. So but it's not a pure tissue, right? So I have a doubt here. So but it's however it's made of by tissue. So sometimes the students can mark that as well, right? So we look at about the next part. We need an organ. So fourth answer, heart is a mainly organ, right? At that correct organ, that correct heart. Okay, but the thing is here blood vessels. blood vessels are part of our blood circulatory system. So blood vessels are made in our arterial system and the venous system there. So arteries are made of by the arterial system, venous system. So the system is made by the organs. So we can consider blood vessels as organ here. So my answer for this question is answer 1, but we'll check it by the original answer sheet. So sometime they will accept the fourth answer as well, but the second and third one is definitely wrong. Okay, so very correct one is the one. We'll see how the original marking and how they are giving the answers for the fourth marks for the fourth as well. We'll see. Okay, right. So I hope you also got confused there, but according to your level, because I little bit talk deep things, so that is according to my knowledge. But if you are consider your textbook, you are read according to the your textbooks, you can go for the answer 1. Okay, no any confusion according to your textbooks, according to your level, right? Okay, your O level ne අන්න ඒකයි පව් පොඩි ළමයි චූටි ළමයි හරි. Some of them බයිනත් ඇති වන්නේද පොල් අපි මේ චූටි ළමයි කියන්නේ මෙයා බයින අපි කොහෙද චූටි නේද අපි ලොකු ළමයි right. Okay, you all ලොකු ළමයි හරි. I am very cute හරි. I am චූටි ළමයා you all ඔයාලා ඔක්කොම ලොකු ළමයි හරි. Okay, right. Now we will move on to the next one. So they ask about the specifically containing, the species contain 10 electrons, 11 proton and 12 neutron, right? So I will take some explanation here. So if you are consider the X element, okay, so I will take X element and I will take some atomic number. So I will mention here 10 for the example on there. So I will mark 10 and I will take 12 as, not 12, 22 as their atomic number. Okay, right. My atomic number, my mass number. This 10 is atomic number. It is atomic number. And this 22 is going to be which number? It's going to be mass number. So what will happen here? So you have to consider atomic number, it having, yes, its atomic number is defined how much protons in the element or in the ion. So in the usually in this X element we have 10 of atomic number 10. So it's having proton, 10 protons. So this is mentioned as a number of protons. Okay, right. So what's mentioned by the mass number, it will be given number of proton plus number of neutron, right? So mass number consists with the number of proton plus number of neutrons, right? Okay, now we will have a neutral element. So here in this neutral element, in the neutral state, okay, it having electron usually it having electron. The number of electrons are equal to number of proton. In the neutral state, number of electrons are equal to number of protons. Okay, but the thing is, when you consider the ion, okay, when you consider the ion, that ions usually, if I take the Y2 plus, for example, ion I will take Y2 plus, so it having 10 and 25. Okay, this is my example. Okay, right. So what will happen now? The atomic number is 10. So you can tell it has 10 protons. Okay, but the thing is, when it is neutral state, the number of electrons, number of protons, both of them are equal. But now the thing is, when you consider the ion, in the iron, the number of proton, okay, minus their charge, it will be equal to number of electron. Okay, number of electron, right? I don't know, you can see here, you can see it, right? Okay, so number of protons minus charge, that means if there is 2 plus 2, so number of protons are 10 here for this example. So number of protons are 10. So I need to take not the minus plus 2. The charge is original charge I will apply, but in front of that I need to apply minus. So it will be give number of electrons. Now how can I calculate number of electron? 10. So minus plus, it will be however minus. So minus 2, the number of electron will be 8. Okay. So for the example I taken here, so it will be give the 8, right? So we'll see how this others, all the examples, and they give us some ions, some species, right? Okay, we'll see. Now here 12, that means they have proton 12. Okay, so neutron, how I can find out? 24 is there, so 24 minus 12. So why I already mentioned, the number of proton plus neutron value should be 24 is given by the mass number. So we found the number of protons are 12, so total 24 na, so minus 12 gattana hari, so it will be given 12. So number of electron, so now you should apply that number of proton, that is 12 no, so apply minus plus 2. Right? So minus plus 2, that means number of proton minus charge. Minus charge means you have to apply the real value of the charge, but in front of that you have to apply minus. So 12 minus 2, but plus minus it will be however minus, so number of electrons will be 10 here, right? We have to go for the next one. Okay, so it will be proton, number of proton 11 here. So number of neutrons, it will be give 23 minus 11, it will be given 12. So number of electrons, how I can find out? So I have 11 proton minus plus 1. Okay, so it will be give 10. Okay, right. Now here it is neutral state, so no worries. So proton 11. So at the same time I can mention electron as well 11. So neutron, how I can mark 23 minus 11. So it will be 12. Okay, right here in this state. So proton 9, neutron 19 minus 9, it will be give 10. So electron, how I can apply the number of electron for this ion? So we have how many proton? 9 proton. The charge is minus 1. So minus 1. So it will be give 9 minus 1 means it will be converted plus 1. So it will be give 10 electron, right? Okay. So finally for this one, 10 electron. So this one 11 electron. Okay. So we found out all the things. Now you have to match with the answers. So it should have 10 electron. So this one having 10 electron, 11. So this is wrong. So it has 11. But the proton should be 11. So proton, first answer, proton is 12. So first answer also out. So here proton 11, okay. Here proton 11, however it's gone. So fourth answer also gone out. So 12 neutron should be there. Okay, here second answer 12 neutron also there. So we can mark the correct answer, answer 2. So I don't know how many of you mark these answers. Okay. So the first question, the 7th question, answer 2. Okay. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed and you guys understood this question, right? So we'll move on to the next part. Okay, so Okay, so essential oil. So they are given some name there, the methyl jasmonate. Okay, it's a cause for the fragrance of yes, jasmine flowers. Okay, that's made by the jasmine flowers. So, which following method could be used to separate the methyl jasmonate industry from the from jasmine flowers? Okay, so how we can use, how we can find out the uh, how we can extract this methyl uh, jasmonate, right? Because these are the essential oil, how we um, extract the essential oil from the plant derivatives. Okay, so let me drink some water. I'm very tired. Okay, okay, right. So so whatever the essential oil or you are extracting from your leaves or from your flowers or whatever the plant material you are using, you have to think one, your childhood activity. You did some childhood activity. So how you did the childhood activity? So when you are playing with your friends, okay, so when you are playing with your friends, you may did this thing. ඔයාලා ගන්නවා චූටි කොල්ල ටිකක් මල් ටිකක් අරගෙන තලලා තලලා නේද, you chunk them and you will take that juicy and that all leaves materials will be come to from that juice. Then when you heat or when you evaporate the water from that, the some collections will be there, that will be the some oily material. Okay, but that way is failure. Why? එහෙම පුළුවන් නම් මේක මෙච්චර ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රියල් ලෙවල් එකට යන්න ඕනේ නැහැ නේද? ගස්වල කොළ ටිකක් කරගෙන තලාගෙන නේද? Then when you extract that juice, then when you apply the heat and you evaporate them directly, then oil should be there. Okay, that's okay. Some oil be products will can be collected, but the thing is, most important thing here, that oil are the essential oils are, they're very heat sensitive. එයාලා very heat එකට මාර sensitive. So when you're directly exposed to the heat to evaporate the water, what will happen? It will be destroy the quality of the oil. So we have to maintain the quality of the oil as well. So oil හදා ගන්නවා කියන එක not only our purpose. So we have to maintain their quality. So what we have to do, first we will take this all the chunks and all the flowers and leaves, and we will apply them into one bowl. Okay, then we will apply some water also there. Okay, then we will apply the heat. So before going to heat, okay, so now we are going to apply the heat here, right? So we have using another steam pot, the spot or the water pot, it producing steams. Okay, so I will make it by the blue color. Okay, this is containing water, so it will be supply the steams for this pot as well, right? So when the steam also coming here, okay, now I will close this. So this steam also can go in here. Then at the same time that we will take it out. Okay, this is basic diagram, don't worry about this. All the technical features, some technical features will be not here, but I want to tell the way how it's working, right? Then I will take this all this out. Then we have to connect it through the Liebig condenser. So we have a Liebig condenser. So Liebig condenser has a special properties. So Liebig condenser will be work here and it will be finally exposed out. So Liebig condenser having water in and water outside. So usually we are in the water down there and we will collect the water. So throughout that it has a coily nature. So it will be cool this all the vapors coming out, right? So that is the function. Then we can collect it in the pot. Okay, right. The thing is, when we are boiling through this process, what will happen? this water also absorbing the heat, that all the plant material also absorb the heat. So now they are not going to heat uh, to the large temperature. Not going to heat to high temperature. They are maintain the low temperature in their plant material. Why? Most of the temperature or the heat will be absorbing by this water, right? So most of the water is absorbed the temperature or heat. Okay, then the plant material can maintain their heat. So, but the thing is, they all now what happened? The water vapors are collecting here. Also, we are supplying some water vapors from here. So what will happen? This water vapors also they are the oil. Okay, so oil I will mention by red color. So this oils materials also coming to this evaporation. Okay, to the vapors. So this vapors, then both of them are going there. So what happened? It's water vapor. Okay, then in between the oil vapors also came out, all of them going out. Now what will happen? Throughout the lubricantness, it will be cool, and here liquid state will be here. So usually the water will be down state while the density will be increases the water, then oil will be collected here. Now we can extract this oil, and this oil is now in a good state and quality is preserved while we maintain low temperatures through this in this plant material. So the water also absorbs some heat, so heat distributions not affect the quality of the product. So this oil can taken out. So this method we call them as a steam distillation. Okay, so this process, so industrial process, we call them as a steam distillation. So my answer for this question is answer 2. So this is the process. I hope this part all explain in your mixtures lesson. So go and go to your mixtures lesson and look at about this steam distillation part. So next year also they can ask some extractions method. It can be again steam distillations, or they can ask about the fractional distillation. Some extractions method can possible in us in next year exam as well. So those who are watching this video and they are waiting for next year examination, so today go and refer this part, will be very important for you guys. Okay, right? Okay. Now we will move on to the next part. Which pair of the following disorder is an example for genetic disorder caused by the gene mutation, right? So I will stick to your syllabus by discussing this type of questions, because I can talk much things related to these diseases, but I will not going to tell more things, neither more than your syllabus, because it will be sometimes some misunderstandings will be there, right? Okay, so genetic disorders, mainly genetic mutation disorders. Okay, genetic mutations, gene mutation, we are considered in our main gene mutation in our autosomal genes. Okay, so we have a pairs of chromosome, mainly our chromosome, autosomal chromosomes also there. So sex chromosomes also there. So autosomal gene mutations can be happen. Sex chromosomes gene mutation also can happen. But the thing is, usually we are consider in genetic disorders, gene mutation most commonly in the autosomal genes. So the hemophilia also some hemophilia Hemophilia also having some genetic mutations, but mainly it occurs in the sex chromosomes. So sex chromosomes mean it affected our, yes, sex genes. So sex chromosome. So it will be not mainly in the autosomal. So we will not consider here the hemophilia as answers. So hemophilia, I will just tell some things. Okay, so hemophilia having some genetic mutation in our clotting factors. So this multimodal system is there. So some not only one mutation is there. Sometimes several mutations can be there. Okay, so however they are affected our protein factors. The protein factors we have important for protein mechanism. So blood clotting. So protein factors affected while this disease happens. So blood clotting will be affected there, right? Okay, so they will bleed. If they have minor injury also, they will bleed long. So that's the hemophilia. So it's mainly X-linked. So sex chromosome swelling has a name of X-linked disease, not affected our autosomal genes. Okay, so we will not consider here, right, as an answer, right? Then we have a red-green colored blindness in the answers. So red-green color blindness, it also affected our X-link. It also X-link because it affected with our X chromosomes, that means sex chromosomes, and also it affected our some genes are there. We call them as some opsins genes. Okay, so mutations happen in our opsins gene, so it can be affected our visualization. So it will be give mimic red color as a green, neither. So green color as a red, so that problematic conditions will be there. So this type of the people cannot taken the license. Okay, in the Sri Lankan driving license, they cannot taken by when they are stopped at the neither color light, traffic light. So they will realize the red color, when the red color is light up there, so they will realize there's a green color. Then when they will start the vehicle and go, then it can be kill some pedestrian. It's a problem, however, right? So now we can realize it affected with our sex links, X chromosomes affected with the attached with the X chromosomes, and it will be affect our opsin genes. Okay, right. So we cannot take color blindness as well. So whatever the answers containing hemophilia, I can remove here. Here also we can remove. Just here red. We cannot take the red green color blindness also. So we can remove the third answer as well. So in our syllabus, in your textbooks, okay, so it mentioned two disorders. One is the albinism and the thalassemia. Okay, both disorders are affected our, yes, not the X chromosomes. So it affected our autosomal chromosomes. So it makes some genetic mutation. Usually the thalassemia, it make a mutations in our RBC production gene. So it will be affect our not the hemoglobin production genes. Okay, so hemoglobin production gene, so it will be affected our hemoglobin production. Then it will be problem for our the oxygen transportation. So the people will be end up with anemia. Then they will the anemic symptoms. They will have all those anemic symptoms. Right. Okay. So albinism is also affected our the autosomal genes, right? Okay, so my answer for this question is answer 4. So no need to think much more things. Okay, so when the autosomal mutations is in the thalassemia and the albinisms, those conditions can be transmitted generation to generation, but it's not attached with the X-links. ඒ කියන්නේ අර ගැහණු ළමයින්ට විතරක් හැදෙන ලෙඩ, පිරිමි ළමයින්ට විතරක් හැදෙන ලෙඩ. ඒ කියන්නේ පිරිමි කට්ටියට විතරයි මේ ලෙඩේ එළියට එන්නේ, ගැහණු කට්ටියට විතරයි මේ ලෙඩේ එළියට එන්නේ. So, okay. Okay. Now, we'll move on to the next part. Okay. Question number 10. Right. And we have which of the following is type of the underground stems. Okay, it's some vegetative propagative method. So in the underground stems, so what are the types we are using? Rhizomes, the rhizomes, it's manioc. No, rhizomes not the manioc. Rhizomes are mainly in the ginger, turmeric, anise, and the aratta eva. What? Rhizomes. So we cannot take the correct answer. One as a correct answer. So corn, no, corn is ginger. Wrong. Corn is mainly for the what? Here, cocoyam, neither. So taro, elephant foot yam, that are the corn. Then bulb, sweet potato. No, sweet potato is a runners. Mainly it's by the runners, not by the bulbs. Okay, so it also wrong. So we have correct answer here, fourth answer. So you can see in these images. I don't know whether it is clear or not. So okay, look at about this images. So potatoes made by the stem tuber. So stem will be developed, then it will be big as a tube. So that tube will be developed as a potato there. So bulb mean the onion. You may see here in this area they have a bulb like structure, so it will be given the next generation. Okay, right. So අපේ stem tubers බලා ගන්න පුළුවන් potato වල හැදෙනකොට vegetative propagative method. So in the potato they will develop as a stem tubers වගේ හැදෙනවා. So that part will be generate to next generation. It help to produce their next generation, right? Okay, so usually in the onions we are using this bulb part for propagative method. So okay, so corns විදිහට තියෙනවා අබරල corn. So we can take one corn and we can make them other next generation, right? Okay, so you can see these clear images in your textbooks. I taken these images, clear images from your textbook, but I converted into black and white for this purpose. So if not, I cannot apply in this board. Okay, right. So now answer is answer 4, right? We'll move on to the next part, right? Okay, right. So I think you may feel tired. Okay, so we'll discuss next questions, other set of questions. We have only discussed the 10 questions. We have another 30 questions. So it may take some time because I want to discuss deep theory parts. I will take some time and I will practice these questions with you, and what are the background theory, what are the important points in this question. So I will discuss here. So we'll meet next 30 questions in the part 2 video. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to share with your friends. If you have any clarification, any doubts, anything you want to ask, you can comment there. So I will mention my WhatsApp number in the descriptions as well. So you can feel free to put any message, any doubts you can ask here. So we'll see in the second part. Okay. All right. Thank you for your